Just a couple of days to go for the start of the Indian Premier League 2024 edition. And in conversation today with us is Gujarat Titans COO Colonel Arvinder Singh. First things first, Colonel, another season loading, one title, one runners-up title. What's in store for Gujarat Titans now?
Always a pleasure talking to you, Sahil. And like I said, you are a lucky mascot for us this season, and it's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you, firstly. And our intention remains the same. We will put our best foot forward to ensure that everything is in place for the team to be able to go and deliver what it is best at. Championship in the first year and a final in the second. A near championship, I must say. And see no reason why we should not continue in the same manner this year as well.
You know, Colonel, last year when we spoke, you said that after the title in the inaugural edition, you got a head start as a team, as a franchise, which was kind of establishing its foothold in the IPL arena. What happens after the last year now? We heard that you got a new principal sponsor in Dream 11 front of the jersey. So what's happening on that front? How has the market interest been like for Gujarat Titans after the success you have had in the first two editions?
So I'm going to talk of two things here, Sahil. Both are very important. Firstly is from a revenue perspective, the growth pattern that has been, for GT over the last two seasons. So in year 1 and 2, we had last year, if you remember, I said that it is a 38% growth. This year, the only difference is that one of the major aspects that was a contributing factor from a revenue perspective, that's NFTs, that's out for everybody, including us. No franchise has that now. So despite that having gone out of the window, we've had about a 24% increase on where we were last year. I can safely share with you that we are well into the 90s, so to say. So if you see from where we started from about 61 in the first year to now, it's been, it's been pretty good for us. That is a function of obviously primarily the performance of the team. Notwithstanding that, also the manner in which GT conducts itself with the partners. And then this brings me to the second point of what I was saying. You know, what we had last year, you have 10 visible sponsors that you have from starting from your helmet to your trousers. Eight of those 10 are with us. And I can tell you that some of them which were up for renewal have renewed with us for multiple years. Only two are new. One, of course, is Dream 11, whom we welcome wholeheartedly into our GT family. They were already our official partner, in the first 2 years itself. And I think it speaks volumes that they have now decided to become a principal partner. So it is definitely a mutually beneficial arrangement between us and Dream 11. And we look forward to a number of years of togetherness as far as this is concerned, and to ensure that our objectives are aligned with theirs and vice versa. And both of us meet our objectives. The only other that is new is on the lead side of the trouser, where we had Timex last year, and Luby is coming now. Luby Pumps has come in now. Rest of the 8 remain the same. I think it speaks volumes about them, clarity of what they have been able to do with GT, as well as I think to a certain extent it will also showcase GT in the manner that it conducts itself, both on and off the field, that you have partners who want to stay with you for a longer term perspective.
You know, Gujarat is synonymous with dhanda. Dhande ke ekdam chokas. You know, if I say that. So is it safe to say that you have reached a position where you don't have to go to the market to get money, because everything just comes to the table now, considering what you have had in the first 2 years?
We never believe that way. I don't think that is the right way of taking people for granted. We like to, even people who are, let me give you an example. We have one of our major partners who signed up with us in the first year for 3 years. That means this is the third year. Despite the fact that we already have an existing contract for this year as well, they've already signed up with us for the next 3 years. So now, if you say that it happens sitting at home, I don't think that is the way to look at it. Nor do we look at it from that perspective. For us, each and every partner, starting from the smallest in financial terms, from the smallest to the largest, each one of them is important to us, and we like to give credence. And we like to ensure that we behave in a manner and conduct ourselves in a manner, that is okay from their perspective as well as from our perspective. So we don't take anybody for granted, for sure.
Yeah, last year, Colonel, you had spoken about the whole ticketing bit, how you had taken it to a new level and ensuring the fan experience is elevated to a different level altogether, the parking slots and all those things. So what's
Yeah.
happening with the tickets? Because there are a couple of franchises which are giving crowds a run for their money because the queues are just not ending on Paytm Insider. So what's happening with GT as far as tickets are concerned? How seamless the experience has been, and what are the measures which the franchise has taken to ensure that people can actually buy tickets and watch the match from the stands?
So, Sahil, again, two aspects here. One, of course, is the experience of somebody who has been to the games. Last year, if you remember, we had this conversation. I had nothing to benchmark it against because
Yeah.
that is the first time we were conducting, our own games at the world's largest and best stadium in the world. We focused on many aspects last year. The proof of the pudding lies in its eating, and I can safely share with you that we conducted a survey,
Yeah.
uh, after the last season. Apart from other things, one was, of course, a major aspect of that survey, which was across Gujarat with a pretty large sample size, with a company that is that are experts in doing so. We had commissioned that survey, and the satisfaction level of people who actually visited who watched the game at the stadium, bought a ticket and came to the stadium, was more than 80% on an average.
Okay.
Okay. And it was, if I go into the fans category of people, it was almost as close to 100%. If I
Yeah.
go into the followers part of the category, that who said, all right, fine, let's go and watch a GT game. So the average was more than 80% satisfaction level, which I think speaks volumes. So we
Yeah.
have a benchmark of what to beat this year. And all I can say is that I assure you that the experience will only become better, and it only reflects in the manner the tickets are, leaving the counters, and the number of people who are already. I can tell you that for the first game, that is against Mumbai on the 24th,
Yeah.
from what, and mind you, our numbers are four times what other stadiums would be overflowing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so of that number, I have already sold about 80% of the tickets.
My God.
The 10th and 12th board exams have just finished yesterday. So
Okay.
today morning there has been an upsurge into the volume of people who are waiting in those queues online on Paytm Insider, as well as the box offices that we have put in place across Ahmedabad, Surat, Rajkot,
Yeah.
Vadodara. So there are places that we try and make it easy for people to be able to have access to tickets. So all in all, it's in good space. I think equally important is the fact that how everybody wants the team to perform, for sure.
Yeah.
I see no reason why that is not going to happen this year as well. So when you look at ticketing as a function of the experience as well as the performance of the team, I think we have a good thing going as far as GT is concerned.
Considering the kind of stadium which you have with you, the largest in the world, so what kind of in-stadia activations are we looking at when it comes to elevating the fan experience? Because you clearly have no dearth of space, and it'll take some effort to kind of have everything kind of sorted for the fans to have those experiences in order, whether it comes to beverages, whether it comes to the food stalls and all those things. So what's happening on that front, if you could share some light? Because I've been to the venue 6, 7 times now in the last 2, 3 years, and it is a gigantic facility, and it will take some doing to kind of keep everyone entertained and engaged when it comes to the corridors which lead up to the stands.
So again, for the first time, BCCI has changed, tweaked certain rules when it comes to what you can show, uh,
Okay.
what you can capture on camera and then show to the world outside. So you will see a lot of what you just asked me. I think it will be better if you watch what all is in place for the fans in terms of fan zones, in terms of fan engagement, in terms of entertainment, in terms of the services on offer, in terms of also from a perspective of an aspect which is pretty dear to our heart, sustainability. All right.
Yeah.
So last year, I don't know whether you followed it or not, we did a lot on that count, and only 2% of the waste collected from the world's largest stadium, which ran into about 36,000 kgs across 5 games. Not seven, 5 games.
Yeah.
Because that when we started doing that, we realized that we needed to do that. And this year it's already into place. And it's not just collection and segregation and disposal. We are also now going into the recycling aspect of that.
Yeah.
Happy to state that last year only 2% of the waste generated from our stadium during our games was went into landfills. The remainder 98% went into recycling. So
Yeah.
this year again the intention is similar. So it's not just about how many burgers you're going to sell or how many beverage bottles you're going to sell, etc., etc. All that is going to be in place. But the fact remains that from an overall perspective of how we conduct our games, how do we make it that much easier for people to get to the stadium, buy the tickets, get to the stadium, park, shuttle buses. You need all of that because the stadium is the massive stadium, the iconic stadium that we have. So all those will be in place all over again, and the experience is going to be better than what it was last year because we have a benchmark now against last year as to what we want to do as a.
Correct.
So there's a lot, and soon you will find that while come the first game itself, now that we are
Yeah.
allowed to showcase all of that, even to the outside world, we will do so, and you will see exactly what happens from all these perspectives, and it's not just me trying to tell you that is being done.
Still early days, just the third season for you guys. So was there any thought, because there's a trend going on where the teams are continuously redoing their jerseys, tweaking the design and stuff like that. So was there a thought in GT2, or you thought that it's better to wait for the mega auction for that to kind of happen, just to kind of tweak the jersey a bit or jazz it up a bit? Was there any thought to do something with the jersey?
So we don't do things just for the heck of doing things. So jersey is there is slight enhancement to that jersey. We only look at
Okay.
enhancements.
Okay.
Why would I change something that has worked so well for us? Why would I look for something new for the heck of looking? A jersey has been something that has been appreciated by our fans and supporters and everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody who has seen a jersey, sorry,
No problem.
has liked it, has
Yeah.
liked it. We try to enhance it on a year to year. So if you see, you'll find subtle changes from year 1 to 2.
Okay.
Similarly, this year you will find that there are certain enhancements that we have done to the jersey, but the basic design and the philosophy behind it remains the same.
Just taking a cue from a statement that why would you change something which is working for you? There was something which worked pretty well for you in the first two editions, and that was Captain Hardik Pandya. And I remember speaking to you in October when you said that Hardik is synonymous to brand GT. I know things kind of. I don't want to get into the details of it, because let's that remain where it is. But I just want to like kind of pick your brain on the fact that now you'll be having a new captain in Shubman Gill, another exciting prospect who's probably a all format regular for the Indian cricket team. You have elevated him to the leadership group now. He's the captain of your side. I know there were many tempting options in the camp in Kane Williamson, Rashid Khan, many senior veterans already there. But how is that shift from brand Hardik to brand Shubman going to be for GT as a brand?
So when I told you, when we spoke and we said that Hardik is synonymous with GT, Hardik was a brand, part of overall. Of course, he's a brand in
Yeah.
himself, but he was a major part of brand GT as well.
Yeah.
So that there is a change on that count. It's not that we're going to put all our eggs in one, say that, all right, fine. Suman and each one of the other 24 players that we have are definitely brand ambassadors for Gujarat Titans for sure. Even the ones who have were with us and may not be with us anymore, for the period that they were here, they were brand ambassadors for Gujarat Titans.
Yeah.
Shubman brings in something which is I'm going to allude to the fact that everybody knows, if all goes well, touch wood, by God's grace, he is headed, where is Shubman headed as a cricketer and as a person.
Yeah.
So our to say that how is it going to pan out from a cricketing perspective, from a captaincy perspective, is something that we will have to see. That was
Yeah.
true of when Hardik was also made captain. He had never captained anything.
Correct.
But he had shown the credentials, he had shown those glimpses of leadership. The same reason why Shubman has now been announced as the captain of Gujarat Titans, despite the fact that you have people like Kane, Rashid, and the others who have captain sides who are well, but they will all be helping him out on
Yeah.
field. Behind the scenes, you have people like Gary, Ashish, Vikram, and the other coaching staff. They're all going to, it's going to be a collective effort,
Yeah.
for sure. And we see no reason as Hardik flourished there as to why GT does that. GT brings out the best in people, I can tell you. So I see
Yeah.
no why Shubman is not going to be able to achieve or showcase those kind of leadership skills that are expected of him at this point of time. And going forward, this could be a stepping stone for bigger and better things when he plays for India.
Yeah, just a quick bit on that. Do you reckon that Shubman is already a household name? People know him, recognize him. He has that massive fan following on social media and across wherever he goes. So do you think this is going to be a shot in the arm for him to kind of become the next global superstar, which we all expect him to be, because he has the talent, and captaincy coming early for him, it could well act as a catalyst which is required for his brand story to turn a leaf probably.
Quite possible what you're saying, quite possible from on that count. But the fact remains that here is an opportunity for him, right? Life has given him that kind of an opportunity and given him quite early in life, so to say.
Yeah.
It's up to him as to how best he takes that opportunity. But what I'm trying to say here from a GT perspective is that all the right parameters, beyond the fact that once he crosses that rope into the field where he's going to be on field as the leader of the pack, but all the right parameters around him to ensure that he's and help him in doing so and help him develop as the leader of the pack are already in place.
Yeah.
And it's not for nothing that you just picked up just because he's considered the next big thing in Indian cricket that you made in the captain. There had to be, not everybody is capable of becoming a captain or a leader, right? So you see spark in people and then only you take a call. And GT likes to take a call from a slightly longer term perspective than just from season to season. So I see no reason why Shubman will not be captain of GT for a number of years going forward.
Yeah, just coming to your first game now, GT versus MI. So you'll be singing Awa De for a former captain now, because it's going to be a different homecoming for him. So how excited are you? I'm not just talking about Hardik, but just talking about the opening game, GT versus MI. You said 80% of the tickets have already been sold out. How big is that a game? Because you have had good success at home in the previous editions. So kind of looking to take it forward from there on.
Absolutely. You answered the question yourself, Sahil. I think we're all looking forward to that. It will look into another start of another great season, another 2.5 months of togetherness in the team and delivery on and off the field. And we believe that the results will automatically follow.
Just last bit, has there been any sponsor interest for our coach in particular? Because he has been moving around here and there, riding those scooties from the training facilities to the main ground. So I'm still very curious, and I just want to pick your brain on it. Ashish Nehra, what does he mean to Gujarat Titans? Because he's very candid. I hear his press conferences and I just keep listening them over and over again. So candid, so forthright, so honest. So how is it working with a character like Ashish Nehra, obviously in all good sense, the cricketing brain he is, the cricket maverick which he is? So how is it for you to kind of work and interact with him on a day-to-day basis when the IPL kind of starts?
So on a personal basis, he's absolutely, we are friends. We are good, very good friends. From a cricketing perspective, we just let him be. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, who tells Ashish Nehra or asks him why he is doing what he is doing and why is he doing certain things in the manner that he does, etc., etc. There is nothing stopping Ashish Nehra from taking calls in the best interest of GT. And as a person, I can tell you the way he looks after his boys is exceptional. The kind of bonds and relationship and the understanding that he brings, to that entire team. And I'm not telling you we don't have long drawn meetings, strategy, this, that, and the other. You can make out from the way Ashish conducts himself, but the results are there for you to see. So nobody can or should say anything to Ashish Nehra. He's doing a fantastic job for Gujarat Titans, and he's been absolutely brilliant as the coach of the team. And he goes about things in a very simple, straightforward manner, but he's got a very, very sharp. He has that acumen of what you expect of a coach. He may not make too much noise about it, but I can tell you the kind of thought process that he has is very different from many that you and I have seen.
Yeah. On that note, Colonel, I wish you all the best for the season ahead, especially for the opening game. I hope you, under your new captain and the old coach, Shubman Gill and Ashish Nehra, kind of do what you have been doing for the first two editions. Title runners up. So we hope another title is loading when the IPL ends, when it begins after March 22. So
Yes.
all the best, and hope the team does well. Hope the brand continues to flourish as it has been, and we'll definitely catch up before the next season when there's another trophy in the cabinet for sure.
Thank you, Sahil. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for your good wishes. And like I said, let's continue to have you as a lucky mascot.
Thanks, Colonel. Thank you so much. Too kind.
Thank you very much.